Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the living world of darkness, rage across New York. Havika, you are following orders. You've been asked to just periodically try and traverse the bridge that was strangely clogged by some sort of weavery looking thing. Um, would you do that in the Umbra or in the Real? Either one is acceptable to the Sept Elders. Which does Havika prefer?
You probably could do it in the Umber because that's the most direct way to do it. Because I don't think the cameras are gonna be like, we know that werewolf.
Well, it's not a bad idea to do both. Um, to see if the umbral effects of whatever is going on are bleeding over. You know what I mean?
That is true. I've been curious about their. Because I'm still curious whether or not are they a symptom or are they going to be a cause? Because I was curious
Sure,
because the cameras are all there that they are attracted to the bridge or they're they're too at the bridge and they're attracted in the weird world to create these cameras.
sure. That question will remain unanswered for now. But how do you want to go about investigating that? By running across in the Umbra or running across in the real world?
No, I'm curious of the real world, how much progress they've been making. So I'd just be kind of walking, like a daily jog across the bridge.
Okay,
Notice it,
sure.
at least on
Can
the
you?
walkway part, because I don't want to get hit by a car.
Yeah. That's wise, in my opinion. That's very wise. Which bridge was this? Was this not that one? This was the. Oh, zoomed in too fast. Oh, the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay. Um. Yeah, there's definitely a walkway on there. There's a pedestrian walkway. That's neat.
Yes.
Um. So, you're doing this every day or just periodically?
I do it every day. I got time. I'm honestly not that busy outside of school and work.
Okay, sure. Um. So, Havika, you haven't been interrupted yet in your walking. Um. What kind of a mood is Havika usually in when he's going?
um, he's he's typically in a good mood, but he's a little annoyed about like a third to halfway through. He starts panting. It's
Mm-hmm.
like so. After that point, he takes some periodical breaks, drinks some
Mm-hmm.
water. Despite though he doesn't have to prove anything, why he tries to look strong or cool. That's more for himself
Sure.
when he stops.
Neat. It's right up in the middle. Oh, that's just so cool. Anyway, overhead. Um, it's a it's a warm day outside as Havika's stopping to discreetly catch his breath. Um, he sees this person strolling across the bridge. She is wearing a black leather jacket in unseasonable weather. That is 100% the thing that is happening. Um, go ahead and make me an Uctenalore roll. Oh, I didn't set us up. Balls. Oh, you set us up. Good job. You're the best.
I got one.
Um, as you are walking, she meets your eye briefly and she gives you a grin that kind of sends a tingle down your spine. Like Havika's been sitting here trying to catch his breath and not be conspicuous about it, but all of a sudden It kind of wakes him up, just that eye contact. She gives kind of a toss of her head, and when he notices the tattoos, he can't quite put his finger on them, but for some reason her tattoos seem familiar.
Well, as she's walking by, though he's trying not to like necessarily stare at her, but he's following her as she goes past further down the bridge, and makes a mental note about her. He thinks about it. Oh, good.
She doesn't pass him. She comes walking up, and as she comes like abreast of him, she pauses and then she stops. Like it's two distinct movements. Like she slows down and then she stops and kind of grins at him sideways. Says, "You have a minute?"
Sure, stranger. How can I help you?
Where are you headed?
Nowhere in particular. Just run across the bridge. Keep my exercise.
She grins and says, "Well, I'm going your way." And she holds out a hand. The palms of her hands are very badly scarred, and he can see that the scars go up into her jacket.
He shakes her hand, though tentative, try to still keeps it firm. And he says, I'm David. And you are?
You can call me Tasselraya.
And hearing that is like, well, wasn't expecting to see anybody here today.
She grins, and like as soon as he makes the connection, that's what makes her grin. And she gives his hand a squeeze and then steps back and says, "No, I'm unannounced. I hope that's okay. I haven't told anybody I was coming. I just came to talk to you."
He raises an eyebrow to that. Gotta say, I haven't had a lot of best conversations. People looking for me.
Well, I hope this one will be different. I'm not an enemy.
No, not assuming that you are. But it comes with the territory of being a Philodox.
That's fair. That's fair. Shall we walk?
Yeah. I'm getting tired anyways. He admits kind of sheepishly.
All right.
So, what brings you to New York? Outside of me, I guess.
Mother Larissa asked me to stop in. Talk to you.
He kind of looks, there's a mild look of concern on his face. Hoping nothing bad. She might still be cross about what I did a month or two ago.
What'd you do to Mama Larissa?
I didn't do anything to her. I just didn't listen to her.
Oh. Uh-oh. You in the doghouse?
She is extorting me for some equipment.
Well, good for her. That's probably not the best way to start that situation. This situation. Let me try again. Oh, what a mean old bitch.
No, she has her reasons. But
She has been watching the crowd around you as you guys walk. You know, some people are moving quickly, some people are moving slowly. And she waits until there's kind of a until there's nobody directly close. You know, there's kind of a pause in traffic around you. And then she says, "I'm a sister, Octena from Seattle. Advent Theurge."
Definitely raise an eyebrow at that. Yeah. Glad that we got some I'm glad that you're able to accomplish so much.
Accomplished so much?
You're an Adrian, or not they're not supposed to be a lot of those.
No, not a lot. I'm brand new, to be honest. But enjoying the perks.
And with you coming in the city, that makes nearly a whopping 5 to 10 of us in New York. That's a record for me.
I wasn't thinking of staying.
Mm. So, you nods to that.
I really did just come to talk to you.
Hmm.
Well, Larissa, we have a friend in common. I've met her maybe once, but my one of my teachers speaks highly of her and of New York. I'd never been, so it seemed like a good chance to come.
It is a interesting city.
You like it?
Well, it's my first real city I've ever lived in, so I don't have a best, gauge of experience from city to city. But for now, I do.
Yeah, that's fair. But you don't hate it, so that's a step, right?
Mm, so, no, I don't hate it.
She asked you several things about the traffic, about the weather. Um Super generic stuff as you guys keep walking across this long bridge. Um full of people, full of, all of the reasons that you wouldn't want to have a candid conversation. On the other side of this bridge, which is quite long, are some big old park areas. And if Havika doesn't seem like he has a um, destination in mind, she will talk him into going to the Shake Shack at the edge of the bridge and then back out to the river.
Yeah, so if he has no reason to see anything suspicious about this or feel odd, so yeah, he'll follow her to that. And just simply says, "You hungry?"
I'm definitely in the mood for something cold and sweet.
Mm. Never been to a Shake Shack, but I've heard about it.
I haven't either.
Then I guess we'll both experience something new today.
She nods. You guys do quite a bit more walking, but once you've gotten your shakes, you find yourselves in Empire Fulton Ferry Park, which is a little park on the water, um, looking out over the river, almost under the bridge.
As he's taking a drink and kind of looking around, he looks over to Tassel and say, "Something here of interest?" As he kind of gestures at a reflection. You still there?
Oh, I don't know how long I've been muted.
Oh,
What was the last thing you heard me say?
well, we got to this park area, and I brought up having a gesture to a reflection. And goes, "Is there something of interest here?"
Wow, I have no idea how long I've been muted. I apologize. Um, yeah, she um settles down on a bench and points towards the Brooklyn Bridge and says, well, That Mother Larissa says that you're in charge of keeping an eye on it.
For now, I am, yeah. The Weaver has taken interest in the bridge, and I've been curious about that.
I went and took a peek. I don't know that I have a lot to tell you.
Mm, No, it's the Weaver. They don't like telling people anything, at least outside of their. Well, I can't say they're weird logic. It's actually very strict logic, but nonetheless, it's very strict.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I need more time with them to maybe understand how to speak to them more properly. I'm I'm getting skilled with technology, but I don't know it. I don't know it intimately on the Umbra side.
Doesn't spook you?
Mm.
You're not afraid the Weaver might jump out and get you?
Well, there's already the worm coming, worried about coming out and getting me, so I don't see the Weavers any different.
There's not a lot of us in the cities. Well, that's not true. She glances at him and grins, like, kind of smirks with a bit of a wicked twinkle in her eye.
Hmm.
Everybody says there's not a lot of us in the cities. Let's put it that way.
Referring to Luctina or the Webwalkers?
Referring to Uktena, there are a lot of us in the city, referring to the web walkers. No better place to be a web walker.
But they don't like. A lot of us don't seem to want to admit that they are. I think we'll be judged like the Glasswalkers are, which I say, in comparison, we aren't. We don't see the Weaver as nearly an entity like the Wild. We see it as what it is. Like I said, it's like the worm, but it's less inclined to want to violate you and destroy you. At least not in the common ways.
It doesn't want to turn you into mush and destroy you, you mean? It just wants you to stand there and look pretty?
Yep. Proper order, as he does in a very poor German accent.
Well, we know that weaving's been around a long time.
Mother Spider is just as vital as grandfather. Yeah, as grandfather Serpent was. Just because the Serpent is created doesn't mean the Weaver is not. I'm still not quite sure. The main thing is they're supposed to exist. They're not meant to be eliminated.
Well, that's well said. And somebody's got to know how to deal with them.
Mm.
Somebody trustworthy.
Indeed. You ran into a situation not too long ago about nobody knows how to use anything outside of the phone.
It's a problem.
It is a problem because if we don't, somebody will.
Yeah, well said. So, you willing to catch those nasty looks?
I already get nasty looks, but that's because of my personality.
Honest? I can respect that. Well, I can respect that. All right. You want to join the web walkers then? I came all the way out here to ask you.
I've been preparing for months.
Fantastic. She reaches out and offers him a hand again.
He'll shake it firmly. No longer that cautious air to it.
Mhm. She gives him a good solid shake. And then she reaches into her pocket and pulls out. It looks like a poker chip, but just made out of cardboard. Not as thick as a poker chip. And it just has an email address stamped in a circle on it.
Kind of moves around the article a little bit, just kind of feeling the material, what it is, and say, sometime today, or when do you want me to do this?
Well, just in general, we keep in touch.
Will do.
I'll introduce you to the group. Some of them are a little abrasive.
Well, it'll be the first person. I don't think I'll make it.
No, I figured you wouldn't have too much of a problem if you are already making friends with your winning personality. She looks out over the water, over this sunny summer day. I could deal with the sunshine. It's great.
It is. So, well, the air is a lot thicker here. It does remind me a little bit of home.
Where's home?
Back on the Hawaiian Islands.
Ooh, man, that's a place to grow up.
It was.
Hot?
Depends on the day.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's not the best gauge of hot. You know, it's like asking a person from Russia, is it cold there?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good point. About New York.
This is it's warm in the summer, absolutely freezing in the winter. We're so far up north and whatnot. Place is polluted but survives and thrives. So,
Sure got a lot of people.
too many people. I'm not surprised how I support rent sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it doesn't fall on top of itself. It still functions. Could it function better? Yes, obviously. But the main thing is it's not absolutely destroying itself from the inside out.
She nods. Better than you can say about a lot of cities.
Indeed.
And it seems to me like when it does destroy itself from the inside out, there's something waiting to build on top every moment.
Yep. Its own little ecosystem.
So what can I do? How can I help?
Well, right now I don't think there's anything to help. I'm more or less testing the water with the spirits on the bridge. I try to be careful not to straight up provoke them because I don't want to give them a reason to think that I'm being hostile. But annoying them is totally different.
I got you. Okay.
Main
Annoying them.
thing is I'm trying to do is figure out why they want this bridge, because maybe it's just random and they chose this bridge just because they could. Or it could be a bigger plan behind it. I don't know. They won't tell me.
She nods. By the time you start talking to the Weaver, that's this time you should start worrying about retirement. Well, when you start talking to the Weaver, it starts making sense. Just heads up. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. We know a lot about doing the things nobody should do, huh?
Yeah. can't break the mold if you don't actually, break it.
What do you mean?
Well, depending on how you talk to, especially because I've been reading some books going back to college, you can have quick progress or slow progress, and quick progress involves breaking a lot of eggs.
Mm.
So, right now I'm in no rush, so I'm not trying to do anything too rashly.
She nods.
And I can't better teach people how to deal with the weaver if I don't somewhat become the weaver. The main thing is not to lose yourself to it. Same thing with the worm.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a lot of allies up north. I don't know if you know, just over the border in Canada.
Mm,
No web walkers, but Toronto's got a solid population of our brothers and sisters.
that's good. So there was a minor groan before he said that, thinking about another person.
She glances up and cocks her head sideways. You don't like Canadians?
Oh, Canadians are fine. Nah, just reminded of a particular individual that I still think she's up to something, but I can quit thinking about her like that all the time. It's not healthy.
Oh, all right. I won't pry, but good luck with your Canadian. Well, I mostly just want to introduce myself, make sure that you knew how to get in touch, see if there's anything I could do.
Thank you. I appreciate the personal call. I won't deny it would have been a little rude, and if not stereotypical, all of a sudden I get a secret text message or an email.
Yeah, I guess I could have done. But, I've never been over here. Seemed like a good chance to do some traveling.
Yep. That's good. You don't learn anything for staying in one place, at least.
Huh. Well said. You're not wrong. Well, welcome to the club.
Do I get cookies?
No, bro.
Mm.
The cookies we got are the kind that you have to accept, and we use them to track people.
Well, if you think about the ones that involve, bread and flour and milk, let me know.
Will do. If you got cookies with bread and flour and milk, you let me know.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Did you cook?
Not as good as my mate, but I could do some things.
I wouldn't turn down a home-cooked meal while I'm here.
So I got time. I'm pretty sure Jane is still in class anyways. As he stands up and kind of looks at the braids dubiously. It's like,
She watches him watch the bridge, and then she gets up, and she's grinning.
he begins walking back across the bridge, back to his apartment, leading Tassel there. And it's going on with just more just pleasantries as they go across.
Sure, absolutely. That's basically everything I wanted to cover. Do you have stuff you want to go into?
No, there's the books if I want to get some greater detail, unless you have something written out.
Okay. Nope.
Then with that, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. Have a good morning, evening, or night.